I think when it comes to gaming, we all have that comfort game we know we can go on back to and still feel right at home. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a few games I like to come back to from time to time. First of all, a big thanks to my man, Michael Coffey, for suggesting this to me as we were playing Borderlands 3 a while back. We'll hopefully be getting a co-op going on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands sometime soon, hopefully. Also, coincidentally, the first entry is actually Borderlands 3. Basically, Michael and I have been doing the DLC campaigns and co-op mode. Borderlands is usually a go-to co-op game for most folks, but for most part I've always played it solo. So when Michael picked up the DLCs and asked if I fancied running through them, I was like, oh yes, let's go for it. For our co-op runs, he's got a Mo's build going, while I'm using Flak. We're hopefully both gonna pick up Wonderlands down the line, so we'll probably do a co-op run on that too, I would say. Should be good fun, I reckon. Up next is Payday 2. With it getting regular updates again and achievements, my pals and I usually enjoy a few runs or two from time to time, you know, like trying out different weapons or going for achievements. Like in Borderlands, you've got good build variety, so it's always a good laugh trying out the different setups and all that. Our next entry is Warframe. Just like on Payday, it receives regular updates, and with me usually having something to do in it, like grind for prime parts or resources or whatever, I'm usually occupied with something to do on it. Plus with cross-save and cross-progression update coming hopefully soon, I believe, I'll be handy playing it on my Switch for when I'm not at home, and if I fancy cracking a few relics or doing my syndicate missions, you know, stuff like that. So for our next entry, we've actually got something a wee bit different with the Jackbox party games. My man Jam Annihilator 25 told me about them, and we usually like to run them for a laugh from time to time with games like Quiplash or Drawfall. If you guys remember on the channel, we also did the Fibbage First Impressions run. That was also a good laugh. But basically there's always something in it for everyone. Even alternatives like Papa's Quiz, if you prefer like a quiz trivia game, are available on Steam and PlayStation. I think it's an Xbox as well, but basically there's Jackbox and alternatives like Papa's Quiz if you fancy a nice wee party trivia game to keep you busy. So our next entry, and while we're still technically starting things out for this one, we've also been getting into Sanctum 2 for a change. I like it because it has Sweet Autumn in it. Struan Lad likes it because the grunts and the tower defense mechanics is kind of what he's into basically. Jam Annihilator likes it because I accidentally shoot him into enemies for a right giggle. We even managed to hard carry Struan one of the later maps when he was just starting out, so we're actually doing pretty decent on it, which is surprising if you've ever seen how we play Payday 2. So yeah, up next we have Outriders. I admit I don't usually hop back into it as much as these other titles. I like to just hop on it from time to time to see about running a few of the expedition missions. And while the game does have its flaws, I do admit, I enjoyed it enough to get the Platinum Trophy, and I'll hopefully get the expansion trophies wrapped up if I can get a buddy for the trophy that requires us to do one of the maps in 2-player. So hopefully we'll get around to that sometime. My last entry is Killing Floor 2. While again I don't play it as much as I used to, I like to hop back to do the new maps from time to time and try to get my perks leveled up. It's still a good blast whenever I play it, and hopefully my man Mark Lad gets the server up and running again. Northern Ireland's top survivalist player needs to reclaim the #1 spot on the leaderboard after all. And with that, this concludes our games that I like to keep on hopping back to. Do you guys have any games that you guys yourselves like to come back to? Please let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Right, here we go. This should hurt a bit. Okay, this might work. This should hurt a bit. The looms are on their way. We're clear. Right, here we go. Come on. Awesomeness! We got him.